So, I will tell you about mental health problems during the pandemic. So, let me start with this. This story begins in 1700s. No, just kidding. Well, this story begins real when your parents or people 15 years older than you tell you that being a teenager is a good thing. Well, it's not. So you most of the time you still thinking about the defects and what are the things that you're doing wrong, which in good times hurts your brain, not psychically but psychologically generate real problems. So the objective of this speech is to inform about the sequences of to be at home during the pandemic. As a mental disorder can get worse in a matter of days and lead to making bad decisions without analyzing the facts as well. So let me introduce you how these psychological issues affect you. First of all, well, you have to define that it's a mental problem, how it affects you. So, well, in a simple way, it's a disorder that affects your mood, your way of thinking, and acting. And it's not temporarily. It means that it's already constant and that you have been feeling someone different or someone that you're not longer. So, okay then. Well, all these factors are manifested. The body begins to suffer some stress, and that is when the body begins to no longer function well. Mm, Now I feel like a doctor from Grey's Anatomy. So well, anyways, well as I was said, these factors affect personal relationships, school, work. I know I'm giving too much data, but I'm just looking for you to understand the magnitude for how can come. Okay, so I would tell you a short story about how I several times I feel so depressed because just do the same things, see the same persons, see all the situation, and just make me feel so bad. Uh, this is hard to me to say that cameras. I'm not gonna deny it anymore. A few times I thought how the world would be with without me. That thought didn't last long, but the more it happened at home, I repeated the same thing over and over and over. My mind keep wondering about that idea. So we are at home due to the pandemic, but are we safe at home? So Pedro Ene felt cornered. His emotions overwhelmed him. He couldn't see a way out of the way he felt. Okay, he couldn't take it anymore. He didn't want to continue living as he did. He looked at his pet Slash, hung it from the ceiling of his bedroom, and tied it around his neck. Sadly, the 23-year-old commits suicide. Only 23 years old. If someone older than that age is watching this, I want to make you think about how many times he fought again to convince himself not to do it. That he suffered so many years, probably alone. And the things he will do with his age when he was younger, 23 years old, I mean, what you will do at that age. So just as the case of Pedro Ene, is that of men between 20 and 24 years old. The death rate from his cause per 1,000 inhabitants It's 9.3%, which translates to 9,300 young people, according to data from the National Institute of Geographic and Statistics. It's a big number, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just a game. And also, an official form to the Social Security institution say that more than 1379 calls are received in a day just related to mental health problems since the pandemic begins. So you start making some sense inside of you, please call someone. This is not just scholar thing, this is real. This is real data. So as you can see, you're not alone. And if you see your possibilities, help others, please. Little actions can bring in someone's day like you can imagine. So before I go, I will leave you with a little video that helped me a lot. Hope you enjoy it. Make me thought very deep. So hope you like it, guys.
In the past, people thought if you had a mental health problem, you would never feel better. You might meet people who still feel this. Maybe you feel this way about yourself. Mental health is just like physical health. Everybody has it and needs to look after it. You have good mental health if you're able to think, feel, and react in the ways that you need and want. You might need support with your mental health if you are finding the way you're thinking, feeling, or reacting is more difficult or even impossible to cope with. This might be because of things that are happening in your life right now. A traumatic event may affect your mental health in a big way too, even years later. We are all different. Everybody experiences a huge variety of feelings, thoughts and emotions as part of their normal life. But how and when we have them can be really different depending on who we are. Some of us can find these harder to cope with. This can be because of our upbringing and childhood, past experiences, or the things happening in our lives right now. That's why it's important that only you, someone who knows you really well, or someone who is qualified, gets to say when you need help. If your feelings, thoughts and reactions are getting in the way of how you want to live, if you feel things aren't right, if you feel like you need help, you can ask for it. We're not going to pretend it's easy. Mental health problems can change your life, and for some they can be overwhelming. But that's why Mind is here. We're going to face it with you. We'll listen, give support, and fight your corner. To find out more, visit mind.org.uk.